Hey, what's up? It's Dave Duford here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And in today's video, we are continuing the How to Sell Annuities interview series with part two of the most recent interview that I've completed with both Jeremy and Steven. Jeremy is an agent that works with me out of Wisconsin who started and did very well in final expense, who eventually started to cross-sell annuities literally to his final expense leads. And Steven is our official annuity sales trainer that works with me and my agents who are interested in cross-selling annuities to whatever kind of life insurance leads that they're working. So in the last video, we talked about how Jeremy literally wrote $500,000 in annuity business in just 90 days, which is absolutely incredible. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to make selling annuities a super simple process. Notice I didn't say easy. Anybody who tells you that anything is easy in the insurance business is trying to sell you a oceanfront property in Oklahoma. I'll never do that to you. It's a difficult business, of course. That's why very few people are successful at it. However, part of that process, the reason why it's difficult is because the process of itself is difficult. And so what we're going to try to talk about today is the process to make what is difficult at least simplified, so that you know exactly what steps you need to take to find annuity business that are already existent, whether you're seeing final expense leads, whether that's mortgage protection or Medicare supplements or any kind of literally lead that you're working. There is a lot of annuity business that's out there that with really just a couple of questions asked, you can get the opportunity to review those policies and possibly recommend improved versions. So specifically what we're going to talk about, reading my notes here, we're going to talk about how Jeremy explains what I would call the surprisingly simple process of learning to sell annuities. So he's going to take you through his first sale and how he literally fell on his lap and what steps he took to gain the knowledge to productively present a better opportunity than what the client currently have. And then second, we're going to ask Steven to explain how those agents like you out here listening to this video who are currently selling final expense, Medicare supplements, mortgage protection, really any kind of lead-generated life insurance lead, can literally effortlessly learn how to add annuity sales opportunities without having the burden of feeling like you have to know every technical aspects of annuities. This is one reason we're putting this video together because as a lot of people think, I know I thought this too, annuities are a very technical product. It's this big money type of insurance product. And we don't want to screw that up, right? Because there's compliance concerns. We don't want to damage our clients as well. But what we're going to teach you through this interview we're about to play is how to overcome a lot of that objection, a lot of that concern, and how you can take the annuity process to be a very simple cross-sell opportunity to your existing lead generation efforts, and then really add in a lot of 5 or 4, sometimes 5-figure sales opportunities and commissions just by simply selling annuities. So enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and listen to the interview. So for Jeremy, question for you. Once you got your first annuity contract written and under your belt, was it harder or easier than you thought coming in to this opportunity to sell an annuity?
Oh, it was by far easier. Obviously, taking a look at everything, my thought process going into it was this is going to be a very hard, long process, not understanding it, nothing like that. When I came out of it, the understanding and then the enthusiasm of going, now I understand this in its entirety and I can go look for this opportunity now, as well as doing, what I'm currently doing. It's essentially just throwing another arrow in the quiver and having an extra opportunity out there. So.
And for the audience that maybe hasn't listened to our other videos, kind of describe what you currently do, your background as far as selling insurance, because I think it's important for people to understand that you aren't necessarily exclusively doing annuities. You came into it from another angle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did nothing but final expense for pretty much about a year and a half now. I was doing final expense, just final expense only. Obviously running leads, whether it's Facebook, whether it's direct mails, whatever avenue that we can get our leads from, and literally doing cold calls at the door or setting appointments and going and seeing people, and going after the final expense. And when the opportunity came on one of my final expense leads, that's where I got the annuity dropped in my lap, and she said, "Can you help me with this?" And I said, "Sure." I don't know what the heck I'm going to do, but sure, I'll help you with it. So yeah, I mean, really looking at what I've done over the last year and a half is strictly run final expense. And now it's kind of a little bit better avenue for me. Doing final expense, not changing that avenue at all. I mean, it's a great avenue. But looking now for other opportunities while I'm sitting down with a client.
Do you feel that while you look for your typical final expense deals and your final expense leads, that looking for annuities is an extra layer of complication? I mean, you hear from a lot of people, and I express this concern too, that if you jump in and start selling more than one product, that you may be putting yourself in a position of just complete overwhelm. Could you kind of comment on that as far as being able to cross-sell annuities and how that's affected your primary line of business with final expense?
Yeah, so when I'm dealing with a final expense client, obviously, literally we can, I don't want to say profile them, but we can actually figure out what they have, as far as investments. But it's not the case for every single one of them. I've gone into trailer parks before and found big annuities sitting in trailer parks. The people are, they don't look like they got, in any sense of the word, a pot to piss in, but they got big money sitting out there. And they're looking for the final expense. So obviously taking care of that need, but literally going ahead and asking the next question. Is there anything else that you need me to look at? Because I do this as well. And we phrase it different every single customer that we have. We kind of got to read the customer a little bit and how they act. But it's not hard to transition over from what you're currently doing. Obviously, taking care of their need that they're asking for right now currently. But then as soon as you're done with that need, don't say, "Hey, thanks, I'm out of here." Actually sit down with them and ask if there's any other aspect of their retirement that you can actually help them out with.
So, question for Steve here. Steve, and most agents think that annuities are complicated and a challenging area of insurance. How were you able to get Jeremy so comfortable with the product so quickly?
He was interested. He had a good customer. He had a good client, and the process teaches better than book learning. If you sign with a regular IMO and you've got a recruiter come out, he'll send you the brochures. He'll say, go on the website, and none of that tells you how to sell it. It tells you what to sell, but it doesn't tell you how to sell it. What are the needs? How to speak to a person that it fits their needs. One of the great gifts that we have in the state of Florida is we're licensed and regulated through the Department of Financial Services. I say that all the time. And if you're an agent out there that is licensed through the Department of Financial Services, mention that. Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have a 401k? That's kind of the way you open up the door, because you are licensed to the Department of Financial Services. But the ability in Jeremy's case, the ability to start small. Also, when you talk to me, as we go through the process, every now and then I'll go on a little tear. And the little tear will be, I'll tell you a story, and it'll be this story, and it'll teach you what I think about this particular aspect of financial. And some of it is, for example, 401ks. 401ks, in my opinion, most misunderstood, mismanaged money in America, and nobody's paying attention to it. People should index it. They don't. I like to go after that. Once people retire, automatically, the first thing they do, they work 20 years for a company, and they'll spend 2 hours talking over, what do I do with all this money that you took care of me for? And the first person that gets there is the one that gets that product. And it's normally not a very good product that they put them in. So people that have just retired, did the person that put them in that money or that product, did they have their best interest in mind, or did they have their own best interest in mind? And mostly it's their own best interest in mind. So the opportunity is there. It's just a matter of take a small bite, get started, work with somebody that mentors the ability to sell. Product knowledge is valuable, but not crucial. The ability to sell it is the key component that I gave to Jeremy. And what happens is, and this is the beauty of it, what happens is when he sat down with a customer and he knew what he was talking about on one product, he knew that product inside and out. He was not inexperienced when he sat down talking about the product that I told him to talk about. And now he's saying, okay, let's talk about some other products. But at that time, at that moment, in that place, he didn't need to know about all those other products. He needed to know about the best one for that client in that situation. And that's the way I teach it.
I think just as a comment for me, I think looking at this, that is so important because we tend to overcomplicate things, I think, and when we don't understand something, we fear it to an extent. And we try to think of reasons to justify that fear, like, oh, annuities, compliance, or it's a lot of money, or those aren't my people. I can't find these deals in final expense lead. And they're really sitting out there and they're able to be gotten. And I think with the sales process, like what you teach, what's great about it is that you can completely eliminate that concern. You just become the bird dog, right? You're looking for just the opportunity. And with you and basically you in their corner, the agent's corner, you tell them what to look for. You tell them how to present the opportunity and how to pitch it in a way that's going to be beneficial to the client so they understand. And while through the process, of course, like you said with Jeremy, you learn it. You become more comfortable, become more confident. And like Jeremy has over several closed deals now, many closed deals now, he's very independent on his own, knows how to present these opportunities and does a good job.
Absolutely. Confidence doesn't come from knowledge. Confidence comes from experience. And so you're going to have the butterflies, you're going to have the fear the first couple of times you try it because it's new. But the only way you're going to get the confidence is not by sitting at home, getting on a computer, reading brochures and catalogs and all the marketing that people send to you. The way you get confident is to go out there, take the plunge, do the action, put an annuity in place, get the contract signed, go through the process, learn how to follow up on the paperwork, deliver the policy, walk away. And then the greatest part of the business that I'm in, you go wake up one morning, you mouse click on your bank account and you went, whoa, that's fun. And, fun is in the insurance industry is one of the greatest things that you should have. You should have fun at least once a week.
Dave back here. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Jeremy and Stephen explaining the process of simplifying the cross-selling of annuities to your existing leads. And before you go, I want to inform you and let you know about our annuity recruiting program that we have and invite you if you have interest. So what we're doing, we have two different tracks of programs that we offer agents who are interested in selling annuities. The first track are agents, maybe you, who are already doing final expense business, whether it's with me or with somebody else, it doesn't matter. Maybe Medicare supplement sales or even maybe mortgage protection sales. And you're really compelled or interested, maybe you've always been interested in selling annuities, and you want to involve yourself like Jeremy did and start asking the right questions and have some sort of training and coaching in your corner to help you close those annuity deals. If you're in the position that you're already doing business with some other product and want to cross-sell annuities, we want to talk to you. Reach out to me at feagentmentor.com/contact and give me your information. I'll put you in touch with Stephen, and you guys can begin detailing the process of how you can find already existing annuity opportunities without having to buy annuities or even learn a bunch of annuity information, but you actually learn while on the job. The second track that we have are those people who maybe aren't happy with the particular type of product you're selling. What doesn't matter what it is, you're just finding that you're not satisfied or fulfilled, but you like the idea of leading your insurance business with annuity sales. We've just rolled out and have tested with great success a telemarketed-based annuity sales program. We target seniors who are generally over the age of 63, who are in retirement or at retirement, concerned about their money, and want some help as to what they could do with it to protect their retirement. This is a daytime job. There's no evening appointments. We literally have professional telemarketers cold call to set these appointments, so there's no leads to buy. And all you have to do is simply go out in the field, run the appointments, see the people, and when you find these annuity opportunities, we'll again coach you on how to sell them, advise you through the process so that you can begin to close very large annuity deals, in addition to showing you how to cross-sell other products, perhaps such as final expense, Medicare, that kind of thing as well, because these particular type of appointments lead to this strategy. The cost of doing annuities and preset appointments is surprisingly inexpensive. We're looking at around a $250 range for a full week's worth of appointments, maybe 15 to 20 a week. It's hard to believe, but it really is that simple. And again, we're using a script and an approach that's been vetted and tried out for years by Stephen himself. And now we're scaling it to outsourcing it so you don't have to cold call. You don't even have to make the phone appointments anymore. You just simply pay the money for the appointment setter, show up at the appointments, do this presentation that we help you learn, that Steve and I and Jeremy help you learn and craft. And then when you bring us the deals, we'll help you, tell you what to do, what product to show, how to present it to the client to get them to trust, like it, and buy it, and help you close annuity deals. So if you're interested in selling annuities and you want to lead with annuities, this is our flagship program. It's a great program. It's already worked in different markets, and now you can take advantage of it. Just like before, if you're interested in this, go to feagentmentor.com/contact and reach out to me personally saying, please give me more information on how this program works, and we'll be happy to show you how it does. My name is Dave Duford. Hope you enjoyed this training, and we shall see you next time. Take care.